Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long was 1975. A YouTuber's on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends. But Long was 1975.
This is Smash TV. It's running on my A500 Mini. Originally, it was released in the arcades in 1990 by Williams, and it's kind of somewhat of a spiritual follow-up to Robotron 2084, and it's a dual-stick shooter. One stick moves you around, obviously, but the other stick lets you fire in various directions, which you will need, basically, you will need for this game. And what makes it particularly interesting for how it was ported to, you know, home machines, such as the Spectrum and the Commodore. I have gameplays of both those versions, and they're not as bad as you might think they are, but would be, I should say, but they only have one fire button to deal with, and that's where this game falls down. But anyway, right, so I remember seeing this in the arcades, and never played it, but was blown away by it because it's basically Running Man, isn't it? It's a dystopian future where you compete in a violent game show for prizes and cash and kill absolutely everyone. Great sound samples and stuff like that, and great music. This is obviously the Amiga version released by Ocean in 1991. Now, I never played it in the arcades, but a kiddie at school, the only other kiddie at the time who had a Super Famicom along with me, he had the US version, so I borrowed that off him, and obviously it lent itself really well to the SNES pad because it had 4 face buttons, and yeah, it played absolutely fantastically. It got amazing reviews in magazines. It went on about it being arcade perfect, was not, but I absolutely loved it. It has a sequel called Total Carnage, which I have a gameplay of as well. And there is a Mega Drive version which I have a gameplay of, which plays surprisingly well with 3 buttons. There's a Game Gear version, there's a Master System version. I mean, it's on pretty much bloody everything. And there were workarounds to deal with the fact that you needed 2 controllers, essentially. For this one, you can play it, I believe, with 2 control pads, which I've never done, because I've never played it before, but I probably could go and dig out another control pad, like a retro-bit control pad, and try playing it with 2, you know, two joypads, so 2 D-pads, basically. I'm assuming the right D-pad would basically be far in those directions. It might be interesting to revisit this, but I want to play it as an arcade conversion of a massive arcade machine ported to the Amiga as it is out of the box. Pretty sure it got absolutely great reviews, because Ocean stuff normally hits it out of the park. Now, wasn't the final level supposed to be the Pleasure level in the arcade or something, but it was never properly implemented, and people got to the said end of game, but they could not play that level, and arcade owners complained to Williams, so they issued, I don't know, a board, a patch or something, or a new cabinet, and you could play it as the Pleasure Dome level. Right, let's get into it. So I'm going to play this with 1 button. Thank you, Ocean. I do like the fact that you constantly remind us that it was you who ported this game, even though it's an Acclaim Entertainment game. I made this full screen because of the type of game it is. I don't know. That's cool. It probably cropped a little bit off, even though it's the patch. I've patched it with the new firmware, when it's supposed to. You do something in the settings with the control pad. I know I'm boring the tits out of you already, and it does it automatically. But here are our options: 1 player, 1 joystick. 1 player 2 joysticks, 2 player 1 joysticks, and 2 player 2 joysticks. How would that work on the Amiga? Was there a multi-tap on the Amiga? I don't know. By all means, let me know in the comment section down below. So we're going to play this where basically you fire in the direction you face, like the Spectrum and the Commodore version. Can't imagine that that's going to be particularly fun, especially against the bosses. Would imagine that the Amiga could do a decent version of the game, because the arcade game was never graphically blew your tits off, did it? Sorry, awkward pause, wanted to hit the samples. Right, so, lives. Top left for me, top right for player 2, but there are none because player 2 is not playing. Right, basically, shit. Yeah, basically shit. If you're going to play this with 1 button, then don't stop moving. Now, here's a trick they missed. They could have done, here's what it's all about, money, 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 money. What they should have done was, could have done, should have done, would have done, well they didn't, they went with 2 pads, but they could have done another workaround, I'll get to it in a minute, which is 2 buttons, and you tap Kind of like Akari Warriors. Oh shit, you tap the right button to lock your player in that direction. Shit, I felt that would have worked. It does not work like this. There simply are too many people on the screen, and this control pad's a bit pants. It is a bad control pad with it. I've stopped using my Retrobit one because it's a bit clunky, but the one that's boxed with it, I'm not gonna lie, that's also a bit clunky. Oh, hello. Yeah, so they could have provided you with that option, you know, lock your player in one position. Wouldn't have been perfect. It would have been far better than me having to do this Benny Hill thing. I mean, it's a shame, because graphically, it does a pretty decent, oh, hang on, collect shit, but it gives you a mini-map, it shows you which way to exit, which is going to go that way. Yeah, it does a pretty good representation of looking like the arcade. I'm quite impressed with that. Possibly I should have split this video into 2 parts, and don't touch those. Tried it in the second half video. The goal, you don't buy shit or anything like that, do you? It's just a means to extra lives, I guess. This is pretty much unplayable with one button. I'm sure there are people out there who can play it with one button. Good for you, we all need goals. But yeah. Did anyone actually have 2? Well, of course there were people who wanted to play 2-player, weren't there? So people obviously... I was looking at him and not them. Yeah, it's a shame, because it looks really nice. But, hang on. I know you got speed-ups and stuff like that. But your player is a bit too... tits frisky, speed-wise. Especially if you can only face one direction. It's these fuckers. Oh! Look at this. I mean, I would have been happy with this if I had 2 buttons, 2 control pads, because it does do a bang-up job of looking like the arcade game, but it's just pants with 1 button. You better give me fucking continues, Ocean. Oh yeah, get out the screen or that comes. I have no idea. Oh, that works. Oh no, it doesn't, because stuff is at the top of the screen. Continue? Basically, get any power up as soon as you can. This pad is awful. The more I play, I love the Amiga Mini, I really do, but the more I play with this pad, I've got to find my second Retrobit control pad, because the one I've used on this I've basically fucked. But the more I play with the Amiga pad that comes with it, you know, the one that looks like a CD32 pad, but it's not technically truly a CD32 pad, but it does look like a CD32 pad. And the more I realise it's a fucking horrible pad. Scheißen. I'm wondering if the cream's gone off. The screen is a little cramped. Like, is it this cramped in T-Arcades? But I am impressed by how much shit, fuck it, is going on at once. And there's no slowdown. Did you see that? I just shot straight through him. Why won't you die? Point to the quote. I can't destroy those then. This joystick's awful. If you see my overview, I don't really mention how awful the joystick is. Of the system, I should say. Why? What? Yoink! Too cramped. Yeah, this joystick's awful. Especially when, I mean, I know it's supposed to be an absolute quarter and or 10p gobbler, for I am English. British. Oh look, eyeballs and shit. I also worry that while the joystick's not great, I think the control's a little bit iffy in this. I love that. Ooh! Ooh, shame, because like I said, it looks the part. A little bit cramped. Ratio's a little bit wrong, I will say that. Apparently, the hitbox is a little bit off as well. But it looks the part. I've got two options now. I've got two guns, one for each of you. Push the quote. Why is that not killing him? It took him out though, didn't it? Ooh, I might do an update actually. I probably will. Because look, I feel that there is a very good conversion of the arcade. There are issues with the control, not just because of how I'm playing it. Like, and hitboxes, I can feel that. I'm not making excuses, but I definitely can. But I feel that there's a decent. Look at the fucking red dudes. Yeah, there's a decent port of the arcade in here. If only I had the ability to fire multiple directions, but apparently I can't do that because I can't talk either. I wouldn't say I go as far as to say I'm concentrating. Yeah, the controls are a little bit off. Have you? Oh, I love you. Oh, that's life, isn't it? I love you. Oh. Wow, really? Really? This is, I've mentioned this before and I'm going to mention it again, which is Ocean. In fact, everyone, US Gold, you did it as well, right? If I pay 25 quid for a fucking game, right, then it's my choice to complete it, you know, flat out straight in 20 odd minutes. Because I paid 25 quid for a game. I know they train these games on the Amiga and stuff like that, and obviously multi-face and shit on the Spectrum, you know, and we could poke it. But yeah, trying to lengthen games by giving me fuck all credits, especially when it's an arcade machine, which in the real world, i.e. the arcades, I can stick in as many fucking credits as I like. That's cheap and a bit shit. Look, it's made by Ocean. Did you realise it was made by Ocean? Just in case you forgot that it was made by Ocean. Look, it's made by Ocean. And, well, they own the licence, don't they?
Good luck. You'll need it.
So I do it with two pads now, but that does involve me changing the bulb. Point to the quote. No, it does involve me leaving the room. I can't be arsed. I'm comfortable, just got back from work. I've had breakfast and shit, you know? Long day. Throw me a bone. Like I said, controls are a little funky, but I feel there was a decent port in it. And so yeah, I really will get around to trying it. Ooh. With 2D pads. Again, sorry for the awkward pauses in my voice and shit like that. Alright, chill your beans. Chill your beans. At what points do you get... Look, life, but... It's a life, but it's on a fucking landmine. Cheap. Cheap. I would say... I don't know, this seems to me look a little bit better than the Mega Drive version. But obviously the Mega Drive version, even with only 3 buttons, played far better than this with 1 button. How that will compare when you had 2D pads, again, I don't know. We'll answer that question. I don't know when. But at some point. Yoink! Such a brilliant idea, isn't it, for an arcade machine? You know, like, hey, people like Robotron and shit. Let's do Robotron, but kind of nick a trick from, you know, the Running Man. Because people like that as well. And also nick the line from Robocop. You know, I'd buy that with $1? I'd buy that for $1. Pop culture, kids. Pop culture. We ate it up as kids. Ooh. Oh yeah, I don't like this. It's too much, especially when... I know it's in the arcade, so you can say, well, it's in the arcade, Dave, we've got to put it in. Especially when those red dudes blow up and they shrapnel your ass. Ooh, look at this! Amphetamines, much? Like I said. Or, 2 buttons, I could literally hold it down to strafe. Could do that, you know, fire with my thumb, use my forefinger. We were kids. We were ambidextrous and shit like that. Whoa. So yeah, consider this a work in, a gameplay, not a work in progress, a gameplay in progress, because I do genuinely now, I might play exactly the same. Maybe the controls are wank even like that, because there's definitely something a little bit off about them. Yoink! Well, I think I'm doing slightly better than I did last time, which isn't really much to say. No, we'll go a different way. Let's go a different way. Yeah, they do feel a little bit off, but yeah, I do generally want to know what it's... Oh, fuck it. How come some stuff literally appears for a second and then fucked off? I mean, it seems to be running at the right speed. Hey! Oh, no, I've got to remember to avoid those ones. Oh, shit. Yes, I am definitely curious. I'll stop repeating myself in a minute. Oh, fuck off! I don't know, is it running at the right speed? It seems to be running at the right speed. I think he stole that guy's wallet. But yeah, like this, I would say, unless you're an absolute massive die-hard fan, although you'd probably be very happy to have this, I just want a brand new VCR. That doesn't date it, does it? If you're a massive, you know, fan of the arcade, you'd probably be well happy to have this, even if you have to play it with one far button. See, it plays a little bit more forgiving on the Spectrum with one far button, because obviously there isn't as many, it's impressive, but there isn't as much shit on the screen, because it's the Spectrum. Most useless power-up ever! What happens when you play with two player? Does it slow down then? I don't know. Okay, does that mean I can just get out of dodge? Well, it doesn't really matter now, does it? Shizen. Get that. Visually though, I do like it. It sounds alright as well. So, there you go. Smash TV on the Amiga A500 Mini, in my case, if you will. It seems to be a decent port with a few control issues. That's before we get to the fact that you should have two pads apparently. It's just, it does not work with one far button. To be fair, we never really thought it... Oh, fuck it. Oh no, I'm still alive. We never really thought it would. But yeah, it seems to be a decent, you know, rendition. You probably would be well happy with this, apart from the fact that it shafts you on the continues. Fucking hate that shit, Ocean. US Gold, all of you bastards. To be fair. Oh! And words to that effect. Hey! Let's croon, motherfuckers. Let's croon. But yeah, so I will definitely, I know I say that a lot of games, on lots of games, I never actually get around to doing it. I will definitely get back to seeing what this plays like with their workaround. Didn't you play Robotron like that on the Atari? I don't know. I never ran the 2600 with Robotron. I hear it's not a bad port. Why are you still alive when I should be leaving? Why am I still here when I should be leaving? So many questions. Anyways, also, I'd love to know what you think, especially if you have this back in the day. What did the ST version play like compared to this? Bonus round, I guess. Well, this works. I got big pockets in my pants. That's what that does. Yoink. Well, it's accurate then. I was going to say just keep moving forward through them. So all the levels are in it. Look at the pleasure domes in it. If you're going to be arcade perfect, technically you didn't have to put that in, did you? So yeah, anyway. I'm all over the shop with this. I am very much aware of that. Oh, weapons! But Smash TV, I would love to know what you think of Game Beast, Spectrum, Amstrad, Commodore, WST, this, with or without two pads. And thank you very much for watching. I'll see you later. It does not play well with one button. I'll see you later.